An interpretation of the Ian Jones original story with the substitution of a real person Jim used to work with who grossed over $200,000 per year for she and her two daughters giving children's parties. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. Funny girl. I remember Lisa because she was and still is the life of the party. She's a very funny Pied Piper person and routinely has everyone in the room giggling, and especially the children wherever she goes. Lisa had been a member of our trade exchange barter group for several years and had been bartering children's party gifts through her gift shop to go along with her clown birthday parties. She and her daughters gave evenings and weekends for members of our group as well as others outside the group. She was a dedicated ham, so to speak, and took humor very seriously by attending half a dozen clown conventions every year. Lisa enjoyed barter so much that every Friday we would send her a list of new members and she would send them a bunch of balloons, red clown noses, and list of jokes first thing Monday morning with a note welcoming them to the trade exchange barter community. After she personally delivered the balloons, red clown noses, and list of her best jokes, she would go on to say that if they wished, she could have a surprise basket of funny material delivered, such as soap bubble games or CDs with funny stories every Monday morning to their businesses to keep their children and their clients' children in smiles and parties. And of course, she would happily accept trade exchange barter dollars as payment. It didn't take long for Lisa to build up a number of new clients and create business in the early part of the week when she was traditionally quiet. Lisa was now generating a substantial amount of trade exchange barter income and needed to use it. By working with the exchange, she was able to find trade exchange sources for much of what she needed without paying cash. For instance, Lisa was purchasing balloons, CDs, cards, printing, toys, masks, red noses, baskets, couriers for delivery, and advertising. All of these she was previously paying in cash for, but now with our help had converted many of her suppliers to trade exchange barter. She also paid for many of her travel expenses to clown conventions with trade exchange barter dollars. The impact on her business was that Lisa gained additional regular sales of children's party gifts and games during her quiet times and was now paying for some of the cash expenses with trade exchange barter dollars, effectively children's party gifts at a retail price, thus conserving cash for her business. The overall effect was to improve her business profits. This was achieved because for every $100 of cash expenses she switched to barter and paid for with $100 retail price of children's party gifts, she achieved a $70 savings because the cost of $100 of retail children's party gifts was only about $30 to her. Put simply, her gross profit margin became her discount, and that was a cool 70%. This relationship went on for some time, and then one day, Lisa decided she wanted to concentrate more on providing children's parties in hospitals and private schools rather than operating a children's party gift shop. So Lisa leased the shop out to Kelly. From the outset, although Kelly also had a sense of humor and a way with children, she did not, could not, or would not try to understand trade exchange barter dollars. Kelly only understood cash. Cash is king was her mantra. Kelly refused to accept trade exchange barter dollars for payment. So one by one, the businesses that had been receiving children's party gifts every Monday morning canceled their orders and moved to another children's party gift person who was accepting trade exchange barter dollars. Kelly now had to pay her supplies in cash as she had no trade exchange barter income to pay them with. Her lack of understanding of modern trade exchange barter had cost her dearly, decreased sales, reduced cash flow and profits. 8 months later, she was forced to return the business back to Lisa. Lisa, upon taking over, immediately reinstated her trade exchange barter strategy and slowly rebuilt her trade exchange barter customer base back to where it had previously been. This true story clearly demonstrates that trade exchange barter does not work for every business owner. However, those who've learned the secrets of trade exchange barter and how to apply them clearly have an advantage over those who don't.